y'all, it's me, Madison. I'm here with my mommy. We are at Houston Sauce Kitchen. We're about to order some food. This is an all-vegan food truck here in Houston, and we are super excited. When I found them on Yelp, they had onion rings. I don't see it on the menu now, but they have some amazing stuff on the menu. They make their own sauces. I'm gonna link their website down below. Check this out. This is their Houston Sauce hot sauce. Sounds like my kind of jam. And their Houston Sauce Salsa Verde. So again, check out their website down below. We are going to order some food, you guys. So I'll be right back. It's adorable. Okay y'all, so we just got our food. The setup is kind of weird because it got super dark, super fast, and we got lost getting here. So I'm gonna show you what we got. This is the Jeff Hero. Okay, look at this thing, you guys. So it's like a gyro with, I think what he said, falafel on there, and it has fries on the top. Look at this. Oh my God. Okay, hold on.
I think this is illegal in 48 states.
Look at that. Yum. Okay. I'm digging into that. Okay. So then this right here is the, I can't remember. So I think it was the gyro with like seitan meat, like, and then fries. Okay, right here. You want to try fry, Mom?
Wow.
Love fries. Okay. And then right here,
those are not just normal fries.
yeah, those are really good. They've got really nice Cajun seasoning on them. Look at this. Holy shit. These are the loaded Greek fries. Oh my God. We got so many fries. I'm not mad about it. So it's got tzatziki sauce on it, and I hate cucumbers, but I'm gonna fight through it. I didn't realize that until we got them just now. So, okay, I'll get over it, I guess. Okay, so let's dig in. I wanna take a bite of this first, but I'm gonna put some of their hot sauce on it. I'm gonna try the verde sauce first. Oh yeah. I'll only put it on this top part, so it won't be all over it when you try it. Oh! It's toppling over. Yeah. So this meaty part, the meat, delicious. It tastes like seitan, so that's what I think it is. Wow, I could eat this whole thing. Okay. Tell you guys, me and Mom are in Houston, and I asked you guys on my YouTube and my Instagram to ask me some questions. I'm using my phone as a flashlight, which I didn't anticipate having to do. So I read some of them. I don't know who asked them. I'm just gonna ask her from memory. Okay. So I asked you guys to ask her about tons of stuff: psychotherapy, being a nurse, pregnant at 16, working with people with addictions. These are the loaded fries that I'm gonna try. So I'm gonna take this giant bite and then we'll get started. Okay, Mom. So someone asked,
Okay.
what's it like working in an emergency room ER? Is it as crazy as TV portrays it to be?
More by a long shot, shot.
You know, because you have to understand television is the scripts are written by writers who are just average people who, for the most part, probably haven't worked in emergency rooms until you're there in living color. And what you don't get on TV are the smells, the sounds.
True.
I don't think there's any actor alive that can portray the screaming, crying grief of some of the family members or even the patients themselves. And also the laughter of all the nurses, and even an occasional doctor will have something to laugh at. And you know, I think there's some things that kind of replicate it a little bit, but nah, I think for the most part, a lot of things are different. But they try. They try. And so it's probably as close as you're ever going to get without actually working in one. Or maybe having a mother who can tell you about it. And maybe you don't even want to know, but she'll tell you anyway.
That was a good answer. I never would have really thought about when you talked about the sights or the smells and
the true sounds.
The true sounds, yeah. What were some of the other ones? A lot of y'all want to know about like what I was like as a kid and on and on and on. We actually did a sushi mukbang, which I will link right up here, that you can go check out, where we talked a lot about me in that one, but that's why I wanted to talk about her in this one. So go watch that video after you watch this video. But one of the questions was, what is one of the worst things I've done as a kid? I can tell you.
How do you define worst?
I can tell you one thing. Oh, do you want to try this? It's really good.
I'm working on it. I'm getting on over there to it.
She says that I'm very, very hard-headed. She said that for my whole life. So I can tell you that much. But go watch that video. Okay, another question that I remember is, what's the number one thing that you can say to help people to overcome addiction? Or what's the number one thing to help?
Do you have about 8 years? And I'll be able to answer it for you.
Can you give us a brief description in your experience with working with people with addiction?
Well, when I say 8 years, I say that because there's actually some statistics, and I may be a little outdated on them, but the last I really heard is they say people make something like 28, 30 attempts to get sober before it actually works for any length of time. So if you have somebody thinking about getting sober and they're just not getting there as fast as everybody would like it, you know, keep that in mind. And I think one of the other questions is, what's the one thing that leads to successful recovery? And I thought about that in the car on the way over here, and I think it's definitely multifaceted, but I think the main thing is just determination and willing to come back and keep working on it, and honesty. People, if you know a lot of people who have addictions, you know they are not the most honest people in the world. In fact, some of the biggest liars are people who've had addictions, but you know, we love them anyway, and we give them plenty of room to learn and grow without shaming them. And that's another thing, family involvement, no shaming, no guilt, no BS. You know, if people will get there when they get there, but all of the guilt tripping and shaming you know, no good.
No good.
It just slows the process down a lot. Ta-da!
Okay, let me look at another question. But before we go on, tell me what your favorite costume was of my dad when y'all had the crazy Halloween parties at the house in Austin. I'm gonna look.
Oh, let's see. I'm not really sure what he was supposed to be, but he wore a garter belt and bra and American, what do you call, Uncle Sam, red, white, and blue hat. But I think he was supposed to be one of the characters from, oh my gosh, I'm blocking on it. When I think of it, I'll come back and tell you.
What was the craziest thing that happened at a party in the 80s?
Oh my gosh. Oh, I can't tell you anything X-rated in front of my daughter.
Okay, Annie Banana.
The Rocky Horror Picture Show, that's what it was. That's what he was. And I had a similar costume.
I bet you looked amazing.
And then one year I made a costume for myself that was the Queen of Hearts. And it was very popular. Very, very popular, especially with the guys.
Ooh. Okay, so Annie Banani says, I get dizzy spells and it's like I get deja vu, but my body gets tingly and I feel off. Any idea why?
When you have deja vu of having those dizzy spells, I guess I'd have to ask that question.
Dizzy spells and it's like I get deja vu.
Okay. Well, I'm not really sure how to answer that. I think if you're getting dizzy, I mean, the most common thing, you know, from a strict medical point of view, is that you're not drinking enough fluids, that you have probably low blood pressure. There's a whole number of things, but I think what I would be more concerned about is, have you eaten that day? Have you had enough to drink? Have you had enough fluids?
Okay, here's a good one.
Okay, wait.
Did you think Madison was going to get pregnant as a teen like you, or did you do a lot to help with that?
I kept her locked up in the house in chains. I didn't really. Actually, I think Madison...
I was very angelic, you guys.
No, she wasn't angelic, but she was smarter than me, I think. You know, she ran with a lot of people that I think they were more interested in getting high than getting sex, to be honest. Am I wrong? Maybe I'm wrong.
Stay in school, kids. Don't do drugs. Okay, what do you think of the food so far, Mom? I feel like all you've been eating is French fries.
I know. Well, they're all different flavored French fries. This is a French fry lover.
Did you try this?
I did.
Here? It's pretty good, huh?
It is.
And then this has the tzatziki and some kind of like cheese on it.
Well, you know what? You didn't ask me this, but I just realized when we were pulling up over here that my junior high is just down the street. Because
my mom was born in Houston. We actually drove by the hospital where she was born today. Yeah, so it's very reminiscent to her every time we come here.
It's just a trip down memory lane, and it's also, talk about deja vu. It's kind of like, yeah, I've been here before, but I can't really remember when or what I was doing. So it's been really interesting to be in Houston. And I used to say I'll never go back to that nasty old city as long as I live. And here I am.
There you are. Earlier today she was like, it's kind of growing back on me.
It's a different city, folks. It's a different city than it used to be. It's very multicultural. And The people are wonderful, and I'm really impressed with it. So please forgive me, Houston. Your wayward child has come home.
What is the craziest thing you saw in an ER? I know that's like...
Oh, now when you ask me that, I
let
won't
me-
be able to remember.
Like funniest, craziest, maybe like weirdest. You're like, dude, seriously? Are you here for this?
Well, it's kind of gross.
We'll say it. I might cut it out, I might not.
Well, people used to, and this is well known, this is not my secret. Sorry about my hair and my eyes. Is that oftentimes people use various instruments and vegetables and all kind of things to stimulate themselves
Oh my God, Mom. I love it. You're saying it so professionally.
anally. Anally, there, how about that? And so once, and I'm sure all these people are long gone, and once we had somebody come in with that situation, and it turns out he was one. So,
What was it?
wait a minute, let me think. Oh, I can't think of the name of the cough syrup, but it was the one with the rim around the top.
Dayquil?
No, Dayquil wasn't around back then.
Robitussin.
Robitussin. And it had this big lip on it.
Did they
which
not
made
have
it
anything else? Did they not have like sexy fun time stores open around then?
Oh yeah, but you know, in a pinch you gotta get a bottle of Robitussin. We died laughing. That was, and I've seen all kind of variations of that story, but that was one of the funniest ones. But we have a lot of good stories to tell. I'll have to sit down and really make an effort to remember a lot of them. That one always comes up first. Oh, the other thing is, we would put the x-ray pictures upon the box screen where with the light in it so you could see, and take bets on what people had put up their butt.
Mom! Well, I mean, you gotta laugh.
Yeah, you don't last very long working in that kind of horrific environment, because these are all funny things, and I think eventually people would even laugh at them themselves, even if it was their deal. But we see real tragedy and horrific things you couldn't even imagine. So that's how we deal with it. So there.
Good answer. Someone asked, who's crazier, Madison now or you at Madison's age? So as we all know, I'm 21. Yeah, right.
Well, at Madison's age,
At Madison's age, you were... Wait. Hold on. A month ago, you were giving birth to me because it was my birthday. At my age, I'm 34. My mom was 34 when she had me a month ago in March, or whenever that was.
so what's the question again?
Who was crazier, me now or you at that age? Well, you were knocked up, so you couldn't have been that crazy. And then with the newborn.
Well, with the newborn, which was really exciting because she was obviously a girl and I had 2 boys. So that was pretty cool.
man?
So, no, I had pretty much settled down by 34 because I'd already gone to nursing school. And if you have any inkling that you want to go wild and crazy, don't go to nursing school and try to accomplish that, because they're going to boot you out the next door they can find. You have to really kind of buckle down to do that. And probably a lot of you know that. But so, although one of my buddies who had this Cadillac, convertible. What are those? Stingray? What is that? What am I trying to say?
El Camino?
No.
Mustang.
No,
Mustang?
it's made by Chevy.
Corvette.
Corvette. He had a Corvette, and we used to get beer and drive down to Hippie Hollow after class, nursing school class. So there, Miss So-and-so, I can't remember any of your names, my nursing instructors, but there you have it.
I've been to
So
Hippie Hollow.
We had fun, and you needed it after all that stress. And man, this is good.
It's really good.
I told
Houston Sauce
Madison,
Kitchen.
don't expect me to eat too much.
Eat what you want. Okay, also, I'm going to ask you this one. I want to know how your mom managed financially wise with a child as a teen and if she ever wished she had more help.
Okay. So the question is,
How you managed financially as a child, as a teen with a child. She had 2 kids, by the way.
3
16
kids. I had 3 kids.
Well, I'm the third, but I was much later.
Well,
16 and when... So she was 21 or 22 when her second child was born, my older brother.
you know,
So how you managed financially?
well, their dad had a really good job. Thank you, Houston. Thank you, Hughes Tool Company. I don't even know if it's around anymore. Howard Hughes, you know. Some of you older kids probably remember. Anyway, he had a really good job, and so it helped us get through. And I had grandparents who helped a lot with those 2 boys, and so you know, I'm really eternally grateful for that, because it's hard, folks. I do not recommend it when you're so young. And I'm still not a real mature person. Madison can probably tell you.
She is.
That. No, I mean, I'm not. I do really irresponsible things sometimes, but not as much as I'd like to. But you know.
I mean, look at this, Mom. You're out until almost 9 p.m. Never thought I'd see the day. She goes to sleep at like 1 p.m. and wakes up. This morning, no, yesterday morning.
Go ahead, make yourself.
I'm salty about this. She wakes up at like 5 in the morning and puts on Dog the Bounty Hunter.
Don't be knocking down Dog. He's my main man. He's my idea of hot stuff.
Not so much for me. And he has like those like long necklaces on, and she's like, doesn't he look hot with like those long necklaces on his like super tan chest? I'm like,
And all that hair that's like a, what do they call it when you put
tease it?
extra things in your hair?
Extensions?
Extension. It looks like extensions from the back.
They're busted
I don't
ass
care.
extensions if they are.
Ooh, baby. And see, I used to live in Hawaii, and I saw him around in restaurants and places, and I never knew who he was. I just thought he was this weird guy who lived in Hawaii. And then I moved to the mainland, back to the mainland, and lo and behold, there he was on television. Yikes, I fell in love.
Oh, please. So, you guys, I'm stuffed to the max. We're gonna have to take this back to the hotel room.
Okay.
And let's keep eating, Mama, if you want to.
No,
keep
somebody has to stop me.
Oh, one of the other questions I wanted you to answer before we leave was, what kind of music do you like? And tell us about some of your favorite concerts.
Oh, I hope you have a lot of time. But my favorite music is, of course, rock and roll. But apart from that, blues and maybe blues comes first, but
when we were moving, when she moved from New Mexico down back here to Texas, I was helping her pack up her stuff when we were going through a box, and out I pulled these ticket stubs. 1969, I think was the year. Led Zeppelin ticket stub, right there, and her stuff. How cool is that? I'm over here like, I love Britney Spears, and she gets to go see friggin' Led Zeppelin.
I'm trying not to rub it in, because I am absolutely so cool and so fortunate. But not only Led Zeppelin, I think I still have my ticket stubs to Janis Joplin, and I saw Jimi Hendrix twice here in Houston.
And the Beatles.
I might have given those away to somebody.
She saw the Beatles.
Oh yeah, I was 15 years old. And we all stood on the chairs, those metal chairs, you know, that we still have. And we all stood up. I don't know how we didn't break our neck. And I'm not real tall. I'm not as tall as Madison.
How tall are you?
5'4".
You seem smaller than that. I'm 5'9", so I'm a giant.
So all I could see was a bunch of heads bobbing in front of me. And if I really stretched, I could see the top of the Beatles' heads. You know, they all had those same haircuts and dark hair. And all you could hear in the auditorium was screaming. You could never hear one sound, one note. I never heard one note. Just screaming girls. Oh God, it was so much fun.
Aww. Well,
we knew how to have fun.
You did. You do know how to have fun.
We did.
I hope you guys enjoyed this video with my mommy. I love you so much. Thank you
I'm
so
a star.
much. You are. I appreciate you coming out and filming with me. I was like, go ahead.
And thank you for listening to all my crazy stuff. I have more.
Oh, she has so much more. But I was gonna say, I was like, Mom, I'm gonna go film a video. She's like, you're not going out there alone. I was like, Mom, I'm kind of an adult. And she's like, no, I'm coming with you. You're not going out there alone. I don't know where you're going.
You don't know how dangerous Houston is. They used to call it the murder capital of the world. But I guess it feels pretty safe out here tonight. And I grew up in a rough neighborhood, so it's hard to not live in that, and then to live in that and not feel wary.
Yeah. All right, y'all. Well, thank you so much for watching. I hope you enjoyed this video, and I'll see you in my next one. Bye.